Hello everyone, it's me, Banoffee Pie VA here again today. And today I'm here to do another review this on another Thomas and Friends movie. And this movie I'm talking about is none other than the 2015 movie Sodor's Legend of the Lost Treasure. So this movie was made to celebrate the 70th anniversary of Thomas and Friends, along with the other movie, The Adventure Begins, which I will make a review another day. But now we're gonna stick to Sodor's Legend of the Lost Treasure. So, what are my thoughts on the movie? I think it's a very, very good movie. The plot was very, very clear. It had so many comebacks of old characters, such as Donald and Douglas, the Pack, Daisy, who else is there? I don't know. Yeah. And there was also the introductions of new characters, such as Skiff, who's played by Jamie Campbell Bower. Skiff. Eddie Redmayne, who plays the voice of Ryan. Yeah. And the now deceased Sir John Hurt, who plays Sailor John. And for the first time since Series 4, we get to see a character from the Railway series, namely Rex, Mike and Bert, also known as the Small Railway Engines. Yeah, it was a good... they had a good... their characters were awesome, and for the first time we can hear we can have the characters from number 1 to 12. Emily's number 12 in the Big World, Big Adventures, so I'll count her as 12. Who all speak in this special. I think it's really good. The characters were really funny, especially Marion. Yeah, I think it was a good dedication to the Railway series, since not many children know about the Railway series. The songs were good. It also got an Oscar or Grammy. It got an award for the music, I remember. Yeah. However, I do have to point out one thing, that some of the fans rant about. It's due to the scenes of the Fat Controller and Thomas's communications in the movie. So the Fat Controller keeps ranting to Thomas about his mistakes, such as there's in the beginning where Thomas derails Gordon's coaches. Then there's also the scene where Thomas goes down the cavern, where he discovers the pirate ship too. And then there's also, lastly, when Thomas loses the dynamite inside the hole in the cavern while pushing the trucks trying to save Ryan. Okay. All the fans are raging about those scenes in Thomas. Well, the thing is, they're missing the point. I know I'm going to get sued for this, but I have to say, all of Thomas's incidents in the movie were his own fault. I know I'm going to get sued for this, but if people would clearly look, they would see the point. Maybe I'm going to admit, when I first watched it, I was on the bandwagon of the Fat Controller being so aggressive to Thomas with his voice. But now that I look back on it, the Fat Controller is right. Thomas put all this on himself. But I've moved on from that, and I say the Fat Controller is right. I mostly stick on to new specials, such as The Great Race and whatnot. What did I want to say? Yeah, enough about that. I think the Sodor's Legend of the Lost Treasure is all in all a brilliant movie, despite some scenes. Yeah. I think this movie's quite good for villains such as Sailor John. It's always fun to have a villain that's not an engine, just like when we had Diesel 10 or some of the other antagonists of the show. It's nice to have a human in it. They were going to put a human in the original cut of Thomas and the Magic Railroad, but for some reason it was completely changed. But now that we have Sailor John, who's a villain, I think it's really, really good. Yeah. The voice cast was absolutely brilliant, especially for the not really all stars, but famous actors, even though they only voiced for this special, mostly Eddie Redmayne. Steve Kinman took over the voice of Ryan. Yeah, so I recommend this movie. It's fun for all the family. Olivia Colman did a brilliant performance as Marion. The introductions for the small railway engines were great. And also the returning for the characters was absolutely superb. So yeah, I think I'm done with my review of Sodor's Legend of the Lost Treasure, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.